Today, 90 boxes from Bogota, Colombia. 750 Altons, 270 Blueface Heckles, 9,000 Cardinals, 3,000 Rummy Nose, 1,500 Ottos, an assortment of Placos and Corys. We're going to be destroyed by the end of the day. But we're breaking in the new operation with all these fish. So I'm looking forward to it. And I'm looking forward to showing you guys the video as well. Enjoy. Just pulled in, and partial shipment is going to stay here at the original place, the stuff that we normally ship out and stuff like that, and then the rest we're going to take over to the new operation. We're going to show you briefly the new operation because it's a mess over there still, and we want to show it to you nice and neat, but we will be bringing you updates on the Altums and stuff like that as we go through. Okay, so in tandem, we just dropped off about 25 boxes at the original hatchery, and now we're already here with the other, I don't know, 85 or something like that, or 75. It was 90 altogether, so the math is off. But what I did was I brought down the Blueface Heckles with me because we already have enough of them over there. And I'm going to show you guys. Now remember, everything's already to the same pH, same conductivity. But here's your Blueface Heckles coming out, and you'll see how quickly we acclimate them because it's the same exact thing. There you go. And so now we have to acclimate this way, 270 of them, which I think is going to take up about 10 of these 90-gallon tanks. And that's why we set up this second operation, is to be able to house more fish, get better pricing from our suppliers, and be able to bring you guys better pricing as well. Because let's face it, there is no middleman. I'm the middleman between you guys and the people exporting. So we want to make sure that you guys get the best of the best at the best price possible, and that's why we're setting up a bigger facility. And that's why we have Cardinal Tetras, and that's why we have Rummy Nose Tetras, because we bring them in 10,000 at a time. And in the meantime, we're going to be over here unboxing this entire stack of Discus, Blueface Heckles, and then my guys are back there doing 45 boxes of Altums, which you can see that Raul and Santiago are doing back there. So stick with us and enjoy the biggest shipment that we've ever brought in from Colombia. All right, so we're done unpacking. We didn't want to bore you with the opening up of the boxes, but you can see across the top how many boxes we opened up here. We've already put the fish in. Obviously, they're stressed out as usual from the trip. They don't like it. They lay down, some of them. We've already added the acroflavin. The acroflavin's in there, like I told you before, for scratches. When they scratch themselves, when they net them, getting them out. You can see them here. Some of them are already very alert. We pulled out some of the water because as we were putting them in here, some of the water went in and some of the overflows started to overflow a little bit. So that's something that we're going to talk about in the next videos, how to set up overflow systems for the overflows. In case you put in too much water, you never have this water on the floor. But I want to give you guys a simple, basic idea how this little system here swallowed 270 heckles, and there's still empty tanks. There's about 3 or 4 empty tanks, and it's not that we overcrowded them. It's that it'll handle that and much more. Now, remember, on this wall, we have a secondary system, and all the way at the end we have a tertiary system. So these are things that we're going to talk about in future videos for you guys. We just wanted to keep you abreast of what's going on and the fact that we're already taking advantage of the systems that are already up and running. Half the hatchery is still unconnected, and you can see some of the 20-gallon breeder tanks on the other side. So that's still disconnected, and the big systems are disconnected as well. We're still doing the plumbing on all of this. We're going to bring you updates, and we're going to fill you in on each system, how it works, what pumps are on it, what meters are on it. Everything is going to be given to you so that you know exactly how we did everything. And we're even going to show you how we prime these tubes. So you're going to get a kick out of it, how difficult it really is. One little sneak peek that we are going to give you, because this system is already operational, just so that you guys are aware of what's going on here, because this system's already done. This is a 2,000-gallon holding tank. We go through the water softeners first, and the reason why there's 2 of them is they're joined, so they talk to each other through Ethernet cables. When one is decharged, it switches over to the one that's charged, and each one of these will allow us 30,000 gallons before recharging, but we are never left with softened water. Now, in the back here, I'm going to step on top of the salt pile, because we have the 2 resin tanks right here filled with salt for each one of the water softeners. But one of the big berthas is back here, and this one is doing right now about 18,000 gallons a day. So this single unit is filling up this system and handling this entire operation. Remember, we had 2 of these together at the smaller place. I really don't think I'm going to need more than 1, to be honest with you. So we're going to keep one big bertha over at the smaller operation at the original place, and we're going to keep the second big bertha over here. And each one of these puppies has a 2,750-gallon membrane, and they have 6 of them with a 3-horsepower pump that does about 150 PSIs. One of the questions was asked when we were doing the videos or the pictures of the siphoning system, how we siphon. This is already primed, so when we siphon, we open, and as you can see by the piece of Teflon tape, how it sucks it in, this is already picking up, okay? So it's siphoned. But what happens if you run out of water, if you leave it running? If a friend comes over and he's drinking a beer and he does one of these jobs where he takes the prime out of the hose, it's very simple, very simple. We already learned this from doing it in the other place. When you do all these connections, you weld here. In other words, you glue here, but you don't glue here, okay? This is glued in. This is not, okay? Because this is going into an elbow, so you won't get any leaks here. But what you have to do is, when you do it this way, you just go in, okay? And I know most of you are gonna say, Gabe, that's not working. So perfectly dry floor, there's your prime. Okay? Enough said. It's primed again. That's it. That's the secret. Don't glue this part. Glue everything else, but don't glue that part. And that's how you prime them. You submerge them, close the valve. Obviously, the valve has to be open when you submerge them, and you're done. And every one of these is primed. That's how simple we made it. We learned the hard way, because, let me explain to you. If you glue all of this and this becomes unprimed, you're going to have to get a cup and fill this whole hose up in order to get the prime going. So it's best to leave this part right here unglued. Hope this helps you guys. Little tidbits that took me 20 years to learn. So this was a little presentation of the new hatchery, and there's going to be many more videos coming up, but it's just a minute part. I want you to understand there's 48 tanks in this system, and we only use the bottom tier to hold 720 Altum Angels. 720 Altum Angels in 1/6 of the system. So we'll be able to hold 10,000 Altums if we wanted to. And then don't forget, there's going to be 200 breeding pairs to the left of me. Okay? So we're going really big potatoes, just so you guys know. Thank you for joining me. I'm Gabe Posada once again, sweating my rear end off, but bringing you happiness.